Okay guys, so today we're going to bring you the latest when it comes to WordPress and more specifically Gutenberg Phase 3. Now Matt Mullenweg, the co-founder of WordPress, has introduced this back in 2018 at WordCamp US, and he has covered this again this year at WordCamp Asia. Now we're going to give you all the main highlights and summarize all these amazing news for you in just one single video. Now clearly there are big changes taking place in WordPress and Gutenberg more specifically, so hang tight as we explore all these changes together. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first let me highlight some golden nuggets about Gutenberg Phase 3 and then you can decide whether or not you want to watch the rest of this video. But I have a feeling you might want to stay, so here it is. The next generation of Gutenberg and WordPress will have a real-time collaboration feature that allows multiple people, multiple users to work together on a post, page, or even the whole website all together. So Matt explained that it would be similar to working with Google Docs, basically, where everyone can see what others are doing on the interface. So how amazing is that? That's very, very exciting indeed. Now this feature will also allow people to invite others to collaborate in WordPress to edit posts, pages, or even themes together. So this way, users won't need to use external tools like Google Docs, plus they'll be able to benefit from using blocks in their collaborative work. Okay, so first, let's listen to what Matt had to say on the subject back in 2018 at WordCamp US when he introduced us to this new concept. And you won't believe how incredible those new changes coming to Gutenberg are going to be. Okay, so let's watch this now.
If you never know where to go with software, it's always great to go back to users and listen to what they're doing, listen to what they're struggling with, and also to look in the ecosystem. What are people installing plugins for? What are they sort of working around? One of the areas that I think is really key for that, and a place we can start to explore using the new fundamental building blocks of Gutenberg and the developmental framework that allows, is collaboration, multi-user editing, and workflows. These are three areas right now. I'll be actually 100% honest. One of the reasons the copy and paste from Google Docs to Gutenberg is so good is that when I'm writing a post that I'm going to get reviewed and collaborate on with a bunch of people, Google Docs is better for that. But if we can integrate these workflows directly into WordPress, we can integrate with them with user systems, we can integrate them with revisions, and we can allow them to be fully extensible in a way that a SaaS service like a Google Docs will never, ever be. There's already been some demos using things like WebRTC to allow real-time co-editing. You can do per-block locking for collaboration. There's some really exciting stuff that blocks allow you to do. The other exciting thing about this is as you are able to use blocks to lay out your entire website, bringing that workflow, approval, statuses, and revisions to the entirety of your site design is something that right now is really only available for folks using source control.
Very nice. So that was back in 2018. Now let's watch Matt at WordCamp Asia this year in 2023, where he provides us with all the latest updates on the subject.
I do want to answer the question just very quickly. You said, is there something, to announce or talk about here at WordCamp Asia? And of course I have something for y'all, which is that we are getting ready to kick off a lot of Phase 3 of Gutenberg. So, we've been talking about this, 5-7 years now. And phases 1 or 2 are in such a good place that, Phase 3 is, I would say the kickoff for that is coming soon. So keep an eye out. And to remind people, Phase 3 is the collaboration phase of Gutenberg. So allowing things like real-time co-editing of documents, pages, themes, blocks, entire sites. So people can be kind of working on it at the same time on different computers and see what's going on. Editing workflows. I want to really improve post revisions. So there's a lot that's coming, and inviting people to share a draft or submit comments. Like all that kind of workflow and collaboration part is going to be Phase 3. And blogging is definitely something more fun when you do it with other people, and site creation and everything, like many things in life, the more the merrier. And so, keep an eye out for Phase 3. Very excited to say that is coming soon.
Well, that was really interesting, wasn't it? Now let's have a quick recap. So this is our roadmap. So Phase 1 was basically the new block editor. So that's been implemented already. And then full site editing was Phase 2. And now they're about to roll out Phase 3, which is collaborative editing, also known as a workflow, given its implementation of features for workflows and real-time collaboration. So let's have a look in the long term now. So this is our long-term roadmap. As you can see, phase 1 is easier editing, customization, and finally phase 3, collaboration. And this will lead to phase 4, multilingual as well. So very exciting indeed. So Matt was at WordCamp Europe as well with Josepha Hayden Chomphosy, and they addressed several questions regarding WordPress long-term roadmap during a Q&A session with the audience. So let me show you the main segment here of this Q&A session first, and then we'll go through what phase 3 is, which is also called workflow.
Phase 3 is workflow, and I'm going to say why that's important to go before phase 4, which is multilingual. Workflow is basically when we're going to take real-time co-editing into WordPress. So much like Google Docs or something else, when you log in to edit a page or your sites or a template or something, if someone else is in there at the same time, you'll be able to see them moving around. And of course, we want to make sure that we have version control built in, like we do for post and pages, into as many parts of WordPress as possible, right? So if someone makes a mistake or an edit to the site, you'll be able to roll it back really easily, which I think is really key for giving people the confidence.
So now let me show you all the features that you can expect to get with the phase 3 of Gutenberg. And as you can see, this is taken from the WordPress core. And as always, we leave all the resources in the description below. So as you can see, phase 3 is collaboration. And if you scroll down, you have all the description here. So we have real-time collaboration, obviously. So that's what we've been discussing so far, but also asynchronous collaboration as well. So the main features are highlighted here, basically. Okay, so we have mainly draft sharing for content and also inline block commenting. So this is very similar to Google Docs, like I mentioned earlier on. And we have publishing flow as well. So this is basically related to all the various processes, requirements, and steps involved in creating, editing, and reviewing up to publishing the content within WordPress. So this is basically what this is. There'll be a post-revision interface as well to make it more visual and more appealing and more user-friendly. You'll have the admin design and the library. So library, that's a big one as well. They're going to introduce an admin session or library for managing blocks, patterns, styles, and fonts, which basically will help with enhancing the design of the library as it is now and help with interactions as well. So you can get real-time co-editing features into WordPress under Gutenberg Phase 3, but you might have to wait some time though. As you can see, Matt introduced this concept back in 2018, and now 5 years later, we only have phase 1 and phase 2 completed. So again, you might have to wait some time before it's actually rolled out. However, if you want to enjoy and experience real-time co-editing, there is one solution available on the market right now that you can start using immediately after you finished watching this video. And that solution is called Multicollab. And as you can glean from its name, it allows multiple users to collaborate on the same blog post or pages using Gutenberg Page Editor. So let me show you the real-time collaboration feature, and I'm sure you're going to be really impressed by it. Now bear in mind that it is still under beta release at the moment, but you can test it right now by using the link in the description below. So here on the right we have David, and on the left we have Greg. Now if David starts editing, let's say I'm going to work on this paragraph here, Greg can see immediately that David is working on this section of the blog post. Now on the other hand, if I, as Greg, start working on the document here and I want to edit this section, David will see that Greg is working on this section. So that means that David and Greg are working together on the same document at the same time. Now see what happens if I start typing here. Okay, so I'm going to add an additional bullet point, and then here I'm going to type some text. Okay, and as you can see immediately on the other side, David can see that I'm typing, but now if David starts typing here, I can see as well that he's typing. Now as you can see, we have two collaborators here with David and Greg, and they're both highlighted in green. So that means they're both actually working conjointly at the moment on the same document. And I can indeed display the exact same here on Greg's side. If I click on the Multicollab logo, as you can see with David and Greg, and I know instantly who's working on this document. Now obviously here for this example we only have 2 users, but you can add as many as you want. So there you go guys, these are all the news about Gutenberg Phase 3, and if you want to enjoy real-time co-editing features right now, simply click on the link below to get started immediately and for free. Now if you want to read any of those articles mentioned in the video, we'll leave all the links in the description below as well. Now if you found this helpful, perhaps you want to give us a like, share with all your friends, and why not subscribe to our channel for more of these practical tips.